Like a lot of people will get the torch, they'll exchange the flame, and then they'll almost forget to walk or run. It's like, oh my goodness, what do I do now?
It was almost surreal because it's so cold that even any little noise is sharp.
No, I do remember. They brought the entire school together in the school gym, and there was an assembly, and we were all waiting, for that moment when it came through and it came to Vancouver.
2004, I was living in Melbourne, and the torch relay was coming through the city.
Yeah, I was in Torino for the 2006 Winter Olympic Games.
La flamme, c'est vraiment les Jeux qui arrivent.
All the people from the city gathered in this one square, and the torch was going to be coming through that square. And there was a big sea of red because everyone was holding these flags.
The torch hasn't even arrived, and they're already screaming and waving flags, and it was just a very electric feeling in the air.
So the sound of our running shoes on, crunching on the snow and on the ice, and the kind of the hiss that the flame made on the torch, which under normal circumstances you wouldn't really hear, but because it was so cold, it had a crispness to it that just made it all feel almost surreal.
Well, when I saw the torch go past, all I could think of was the 450 application forms I filled out and didn't win the opportunity to carry the torch.
And I think what was really amazing was seeing all the people from all the different office buildings just come out onto the street and just watch the torches that went by.
And then as the torch kind of made its way from the river to the square, the red just parted. And you could see this little, very narrow opening of the torch going through this sea of red.
And then, as they're encouraged to walk and run, they sort of get back to life, and it's like, oh, this is what I'm doing here. Oh my gosh, there's thousands of people cheering me on. This is amazing. And they get caught up in the moment.
It was a really great moment because the Olympics were happening somewhere else, and we were excited about it, but this made it feel like we were going to be part of it.
It was a marvelous, marvelous experience.
And it was just an incredible visual of the power of the torch and the flame and how it brings people together, but it also sort of separates itself because it stands out and it's so important.
Well, when I think about the torch relay, I think about the opportunity it presents to people all across the country.
Because not everyone can go to the Olympics, having a torch relay, oftentimes that is what people's Olympic experience is.
Quand la flamme va arriver au Canada, dans l'est du pays, dans les maritimes, je pense que ça va être un incroyable festival.
We're going to be welcoming the world, but we're also going to be welcoming each other to an experience. So we're going to have Canadians from coast to coast to coast bringing this flame, this symbol of hope, this symbol from community to community, but from person to person.
Nowadays, there's very few things or people that bring the world together in one common goal. And I think the torch and the Olympic Games is one of those things.
Our chiefs were our distance runners. Our leaders were our runners because they were able to develop that internal discipline.
Le message est le message de paix, de fraternité est le même que dans les Jeux, mais on y accède différemment.
C'est une opportunité unique de participer à un événement avec d'autres, avec toutes les différentes cultures au Canada et de célébrer ensemble ce que c'est le mouvement olympique et ce que ça représente pour le monde en entier.
By giving 200 cities, or even for this really 1,000 cities, the chance to be the Olympic city for one day, then you can really create a bit of that atmosphere around the country that this is Canada's Games.